Hey there, Michael Church with crawlspaceninja.com, and I recently got a question from Michael in Massachusetts. He apparently has a really small crawl space, and he was wondering, is it necessary to ventilate the crawl space? Stay tuned. So Michael in Massachusetts, he's got a 200 square foot crawl space that is adjacent to a basement. Now, according to what he was telling me through International Residential Building Code, it does not require him to ventilate the crawl space to the outside. The cold weather, I used to live in Boston, so I understand how cold it can get up there. So if you're ventilating to the outside, you could be bringing in that cold nor'easter air, all right? So what he said is that they are recommending that he ventilate the crawl space to the basement where he has a dehumidifier and the basement is conditioned. So he's running heating and air and he's got a dehumidifier running. So that's what I would do, Michael. I would make a way for the air of the crawl space to share air with the basement. Now you may have to drill some holes or bust out a block or something like that. And I know you were wanting to know, should you put a fan and blow in or out or whatever? I would just bust out maybe a block and let that share some air, because the dry air of the basement is going to naturally pull the wet air of the crawl space to it. So you may not even need any kind of mechanical fan or anything like that. But if you notice that the crawl space isn't drying out, then you may want to get a fan and blow from the crawl space, blow from the basement into the crawl space. So that way you're blowing the dry air of the basement into the crawl space. One last thing to think about is if you are trying to blow that air in and it's kind of like you're trying to blow into a 2-liter soda bottle, you know, you don't have anywhere for the air to go, so your cheeks all puff up because there's nowhere for the air to go. You may want to have to cut a smaller hole to give that air the ability to come back into the basement so that it recirculates into the crawl space and comes back into the basement. So I hope that helps. I know that was kind of a difficult answer for what seems like such a simple question, but just bust out some blocks, see if the wet air of the crawl space will go to the basement first. If that doesn't work, then maybe use a mechanical fan to address the air and make sure you circulate it throughout the crawl space into the basement. So great question, Michael, and I'm Michael Church with crawlspaceninja.com, and I appreciate you watching this video. And don't forget, our DIY store now has 1,200 square feet size vapor barrier available in both the 10 mil and the 12 mil. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope you make it a happy and blessed day. Thanks again.